but she is also available for online consultations, and she works globally. She's a personal development coach, and she came to terms with personal tragedy when she very sadly lost her teenage daughter to suicide. And through that, she developed or found a very strong sense of personal resilience. And she's found a way to impart that wisdom, or that how to build that resilience with other people. And she's developed what's known as the epiphany process. Now, she does work with people who've been through extreme personal tragedy, from losing children to terrorist attacks, but she does also help people on a day-to-day basis. And she's been working really hard during lockdown, supporting people with coping with the current situation. And today, Jenetta is going to be talking about... Jenetta, I'm going to hand over to you because I forgot to write your talk title down. So can we get a big virtual round of applause for Jenetta Barry? I'm going to unmute you. Jenetta, you're on mute. You're still muted. Yes, there we go.
There we go. Okay, just stop. Sorry. Okay, so yes, welcome everybody. Today I'm talking about success within failure, to do with talking and your talks. And I'm going to start off by doing and getting you to use what I call the theatre of the mind. So I'm going to get you to all close your eyes. And you're going to use your imagination as I paint this picture or this piece of theatre. And imagine that you've got your marvelous talk prepared, your speech is there, you know what you feel is about it is right, that it feels it's got all the right ingredients. You've practiced and practiced and practiced. You've dealt with the nerves as best you could. You've understood how important they are, that if you didn't have nerves, you'd be too complacent. And you understand that people are there to get to learn more, and that you're the one that knows more. And you've completed all the pre-speech techniques. Everything needed was exactly as you had prepared for. And as you start, it feels like you're wading through drying mud. Nobody's responding. Everybody is deadpan. And it's as though every word is going right over their heads. So now just gently open your eyes now. Can you feel that knot in your stomach? I can feel it in mine. And then you sit down and you go, was it the right talk, or was it the wrong talk for the right audience, or was it the wrong talk for the wrong audience, or was it the right talk for the wrong audience, or what, did it need a different approach or wording? And it could even be something very normal, like a deeper thinking audience with a collective consciousness of wanting to listen more than to respond and interact. There can be many, many reasons for this. But the important thing at that point is to understand that these are going to happen. And instead of beating yourself up, go ask yourself, what does experiencing a failed talk like that give you? That if every talk went well, you would lose out on gaining. So for me, I go, okay, it's made me sit down and use analytical skills, reasoning skills, sensitivity skills, empathy skills, problem-solving skills, and they've become more fine-honed. If everything went right, I'd become more complacent, insensitive, bigger than myself, too relaxed, unable to fine-tune what's needed. So it's being able to identify whether whichever way it goes, what skills, techniques, experience, and exposure having failed talks give you and how vital they are, and to factor them in as part of speaking. So when you can do that and look at it, it's actually, it makes such a difference, because when you have a you go, oh, I'm on course. So here's something that I do, because I'd love to share more in getting those techniques to you really, really powerfully on a conscious and an unconscious level. But I'd like you to close your eyes again now. And I'm going to give you some immediate techniques you can use today. And again, imagine you've got that great talk, the preparation's great, your nerves are are really serving you well. Your audience is responding. You're getting great interaction. And after the presentation, the feedback's fantastic. You've got new business coming in. And now I'm going to say, open your eyes again. You feel the difference. The two are part of one, by the way. I'd love to share more on that with you. But what you're going to do now is, and I do this every time, I'll be doing it after this talk today, whether it's a talk or an interview or a presentation. If I delivered a great talk or a great interview, and it felt like every box required to be ticked was ticked, I then list what could have been improved. What could I have done better? What areas could have I improved on? What presentation techniques could be added or taken away? What information could be added or taken away, down to every little part of what I did in that talk. And if I delivered a challenging talk where I came back going, oh, it didn't go so well, then I start listing, what did I get right? And I make that list really, really comprehensive, even down to the glance, the way I held my hands, the way I sat, the way I said those words, everything gets put down. Because when you can add it all up, it brings it to something meaningful. My name's Jenetta Barry, and I look forward to chatting to you some more. Thank you.
Jenetta, thank you so much. And I think that, success within failure is, there's so much to learn from that, to kind of spin what you felt was not so good and actually to learn from it, rather than just to bury it, ignore it, and pretend it never happened, which I've never done that. Okay, something I neglected to mention earlier is that this is an opportunity for the members to stretch themselves. So I'm going to call upon our very sage judge, Mr. Elliot Kay, who you may remember from earlier.